you know about the 5M management? So in every industry or every business, there are 5M's management. So all the
Mhm.
business or industry running on this 5M management, that is the main methods, machine money. That means HR department we need to have in our organization. If we are having a production department, then we have to store our material. So production storage is there. So to produce the material or to produce the equipments, we need equipments for the productions like machines or any robots, we can say. Okay, and to manage all these things, money will be there. So that is coming in this finance. Okay, so these are a 5 management system in every business. So without this 5M, business cannot run. So
Mhm.
this we will see in our SAP MM. Okay. And sixth is sales and marketing. Means after production of goods or any material in our industry, we need to sell that material. And for
Yes.
sale, we need to do marketing for that. So this is our only basic. We will see theoretically all the concept. So next slide. So what is ERP and why ERP and why SAP? So first we'll see. So ERP means the enterprise resource planning. Means SAP is one of the ERP software we can say, and in every organization, ERP needs to be implemented to handle their regular businesses. Okay. So let's say one example means Tata Group we can say. So in Tata Group, there are multiple subsidiaries as well. That is Tata Motors, Tata Communication, TCS, Tata Technologies. Okay, so Tata Group is a one company, and there are a few subsidiaries of Tata Group. So that is a Tata Motors, Tata Consultancy Services. So in basically in Tata Motors, there is a production department. This means they are producing the goods in forms of the vehicles. Okay, so that is one example. So after that, there are vendors in our SAPs as well, in our ERP system. So SAP is one of the vendor of ERP system. Means SAP is implementing the softwares or implementing the product in organizations according to their requirements. Okay. So Oracle same like SAP. There is Microsoft Dynamics and Infor as well. So we'll see this all in next PPT. So I just quickly go ahead for this. So SAP models we can also see in our next slides. So just I'll basically check this all the slides in fast. So SAP ECC and S4 HANA, I will explain about these slides in between our sessions, mean after 5 to 6 sessions, because we need to see screens so that we can get difference about the ECC and S4 HANA. So module 1. So we are starting our session with module 1, that is SAP introduction. So agenda is that first we'll see all the answers of the questions of these questions. Okay, and next I'll go for the organization structure and enterprise structure. Okay, so just this is for theoretical purpose. Means as a SAP MM consultant, we know all about the SAP. What is the SAP? Which models are there? Which versions we are using? Or what type of projects are there? All we should know about this. So first, what is ERP? Means ERP means I explained earlier. ERP means enterprise resource planning, and it is integrated with the business processes. Okay, so it's an core model we can say. So ERP is an application where we automate the business processes and provides the controls or a central database or whatever manufacturing is there, whatever sales, human resources are there, all these included in all this in ERP. Are different SAP vendors, means ERP vendors. So SAP is one of the ERP vendor. Okay, so I'll explain basically two vendors or three vendors. Let's say example of Microsoft, then Oracle, then our SAP. So we'll focus on SAP only. Just Microsoft and Oracle is for your information. So for the Microsoft, it is a leader in software market for deploying the softwares. Okay, so there is one dynamic product software as well, which is implemented by Microsoft. So this is the ERP solution, and this is provided a fully integrated tool for the financial or supply chain operation reporting and manufacturing and human resources as well. So some of the most popular, we can say, ERP solution from last 20 years for this Dynamics. Okay, Dynamics NAV, and there's Dynamics AX as well. AX. Okay. So prior to the SAP launch, they have launched this Dynamics. Yeah, Microsoft Dynamics product, nothing but there are some documents number, document types, which we will see in SAP. That time you will get to understand about the SAP, our document types, and what is the document Microsoft offering. Coming to the Oracle. So Oracle is one of the largest SAP largest ERP provider in world, we can say, and according to our SAP. Okay, so this is the software which gives us to the SCM, CRM, CRM, no, customer relationship management, and HCM means human capital management. So these are offered by the Oracle. So supply management also offered by Oracle. So coming to our SAP. So SAP is one of the best leader in business application. So SAP launched in 1972, and today SAP have you can note this point as well. SAP have 425,000 customers in overall 180 countries. So this is updated in last month. Okay, so they offers all the modules, SAP modules, that is we can say MM, SD. We will see in this question all this. Okay, so this is the SAP regarding about the ERP vendors, SAP, Microsoft, and Oracle. There are a lot of vendors as well. I think there are 100+ vendors. So just we will focus on the SAP one. So coming to the next SAP features and why we go for the SAP. As I explained earlier, we need to have some department to run our organizations. Means we need to have HR department, we need to have finance department, then production department, sales department. So these all departments we require to run our businesses. So all these previously, before the SAP, what industry are using that? For the HR, they are using other module. Then for finance, they are using Tally or something other module. For production, they are using such basic Excel or some basic softwares, local softwares. So what SAP has introduced here, that SAP included all that modules in a one basic software, that is SAP means system application product. So in this product, SAP implemented all the modules in one go. Means we have material management, which deals with all the material procurement or all the operation activities. So in finance, means in FI, all the finance activity will be done. So all these coming to the SAP. That's why we are handling just one software, that is SAP. And apart from this, there will be no software. So industry will prefer SAP. That's why we are going for the SAP in any organization. They are just integrated with the supply chain management and finance. But if we have HR, then sales and SD, sales and distribution. So SAP introduced all these models in one software. That's why we are going for the SAP. They do have, but not as per the SAP. Means SAP have own programming language, and we can customize our product as per our requirement. if you can go for the organization structure, means just this is a little bit known concept, means there is a manager, senior manager, like this is organization structure. Like this, in industries, in product industries, we have a storage locations, we have a plant, then we have a company. So this is the organization structure, means there is a one purchasing department, then there is a purchasing group. So basically for import and export, they are dealing with, means we have a suppose one purchasing group which deals with the exports, and other purchasing organization or group which deals with the imports. Okay, there are basically structures, and we will assign this structure to the one-to-one, means manager will report to the senior managers. Likewise, plant will report to the company. So we will see all these details in our next chapter. So next we'll go for the architecture. So three architecture means this is a technical concept, but I'll try to explain you about this three-tier structure. Means in SAP ERP, there is a new generation software, we can say. So mainframe computing. So in mainframe computing, there are three-tier architecture. So first one is the database, then second application, and then user interface, UI we can say. So every application runs on the database, and to display all the processes, we are using user interface. Okay, you're getting, no? In a three-tier architecture, this is a technical concept. Okay, and in our three-tier concept with SAP R3. R3 is a version. I will explain this in next question. Okay, so in SAP R3, there is a new generation of enterprise software. So this is a three architecture, and we can say three architecture, that database, application, and user interface. We have application like mobile apps are there, no? So mobile apps working on one database, and whatever screens we are seeing, that is called as user interface. So same like that in our SAP as well, we have a database, we have an application, and there is a user interface. So all the processes running in application layer, and all the data and all the our tables are saved in database, and whatever screens we are able to see, no, that is called as a UI, so user interface. This is a three-tier structure. So this is only the information. All this technical concept we will see in our technical chapter, which will explain after this lecture or after this completion of the training. So SAP model I explained. So there are a few SAP models, means SAP MM, SAP SD, then SAP Finance, then controlling CO we can say, then sales and distribution SD, then HR, then warehouse management WM, then quality management also there, QM, and production planning PP, and also MM, material management. So this is about the material SAP modules. So after this, we can go about the SAP version. So SAP versions means SAP started their first version on 1972. Their system SAP version, first SAP version called as SAP R1 system. So I'll explain about this in next few minutes. So first their architecture was, they introduced system for the financial accounting, means for finance they have introduced their system, and afterwards they upgraded their system and coming to the few models like MMFI. Okay, so you know about the just you can check on Google as well about the history, but I'll just explain in short way. So their IBM, 5 IBM people were there. They introduce system, they comes together, they analyze the businesses, analyze all the industries, and develop this module. So after that, they comes with the R2, they upgraded their system, then comes with the R3. No, they just introduce FI module first, And then they comes up with the MM, SD, PP, and
Okay.
HR. So after that, first they were introduced version R1, R2, R3. Then they upgraded R3 with the R2 point zero, R3 2.0, then R3 3.0, likewise. Okay. So after R3 4.7, yes, in R1 there is only a FI module. Then in R2, they just basically comes with the supply chain and logistic and HR, means MM and SD and HR. So in R2, they have introduced. There are only FI model in R1, financial
Okay.
accounting model. One by one, they introduce their models. So after that, in 2004, they comes with SAP Central Component, means ECC. So you can note down this version, SAP ECC, because everyone nowadays using ECC. And after this ECC, SAP comes with the HANA. So HANA is the database. So comes with the S4 HANA, simplified for HANA. So everyone is converting from ECC to HANA. So we will see that after this completion of training. So in SAP ERP, ECC, they comes with the 5.0, because before the 5.0, they were R3 4.7. So after 4.7, they comes with the ECC 5.0 and then ECC 6.0. Now they are all businesses are running in 6.0. So in 6.0, they come up with the CRM, SCM, and PLM, which is integrated in our SAP. So means customer relationship management, we can integrate it in SAP, and supplier relationship management as well. So this is all about the 6.0, and there is one after this 6 point package 7, there is package as well. So currently some businesses are using 6.0 and some businesses are upgrading their 6.0 to package 7, means there are packages as well. So package 1, package 2 in 6.0. Okay. So I'll open one notepad as well to explain you. SAP 6 ACC 6.0, there were package 1, then package 2. So up to package 7. So all businesses are working on the SAP ECC 6.0 on package 7. So we are in our SAP language or in functional language, we say SAP ECC 6.0 EHP7. So
Sure.
after ECC 6.0, they now they are on ECC EHP7. So after this, there is S4 HANA. So you know, you heard about the S4 HANA. So this is all about the SAP versions. Then SAP application industries means which industries are using SAP. So Mahindra, Tata Motors, and in IT, Vodafone Idea also using, Jio is also using SAP. All industries are using the SAPs. Recently, Google has come with the SAP. The news comes with SAP in SAP. So they are introducing their existing system and upgrading their system to SAP. Microsoft is also on the way to implement the SAP in their organization. So there is a big market for the SAP in next 2 to 3 years. Yes, businesses are running on the ECC 7.0 HP, but HANA is one type of a database, and they come up with this S4 HANA, simplified for HANA. So we need to have a version that is ECC 6.0 EHP6 or EHP7 to convert our existing system to S4 HANA. Without this,
Oh,
we must on the 6 or 7. So before
okay.
going to HANA, if I have on ECC 5.0. So I need to upgrade my system from 5.0 to 6 or 7, and then I will go for the 7 to HANA. Okay, so about the projects. So this is the main concept in SAP language. We can say S4 HANA means simplified for HANA. HANA is the database. So our application is simplified for the HANA database. So in short, we are calling S4 HANA. Now everybody is on ECC, and some businesses are upgrading their system from ECC to HANA. So about the projects. So there are 6 to 7 project types in our SAP. So first is you heard about SAP implementation project. Okay, and then SAP support project, then SAP rollout project, then SAP upgradation project. Okay, so mainly this is a 4 type of project which we are working on daily basis or in industries. Okay, so what is the SAP implementation project? So are you coming with up this work implementation project? So there are two subtypes of implementation project, that is a greenfield implementation and brownfield implementation. Okay, so greenfield implementation means if one we can take one example of one industry. Okay, let's say ABC. Okay, so ABC industry is a product-based industry, and they want their system upgraded. They want SAP implemented to be in their industry or in their businesses. So they approaches a vendor and ask them for the SAP. Okay, so I will show you one PPT in between our training. Okay, so that I will explain all the implementation phases. So implementation means new implementation, means customer don't know, client don't know about the SAP, what is the SAP and how it works. Okay, so we just go there, just ask their requirement, we'll explain our SAP about the SAP, how it will work, and if client agrees, then we'll start the implementation this SAP from SAP software installation to the live project. Okay, so this is the implementation project. So we can say this is a greenfield implementations. There is a no platform. Okay, just we go there, we just download the install the softwares, we just all the will do all the configuration customization, we give the training to the users, and then project will be live. So they will use this SAP throughout their business. Okay, so this is the implementation. Brownfield implementation means the earlier, suppose there is a one vendor XYZ. So XYZ vendor is using SAP, but they are using only MM model. They are not using FI or HI, HR, other model. So just they are asking about the implement FI, HR, and SDPP models in their system. So this is a one type of upgradation we can say, but this comes in under brownfield implementations. Means they have some basics or they have some platform, SAP platform, and they want their models to be increased. That's it. So after this implementation, they need support. Means you are work on the support projects now, so you know very well about the supports. Means already system has implemented in their industries, and in on daily basis they have queries. So we are just supporting that queries. That is like a support. Means in support also we just develop small queries or small T codes as well as per SAP concern. So we are just resolving all the queries on daily basis. So there is a support project. Okay, after this support project, rollout project is there. Means in rollout, suppose I have one company, Tata Motors. Okay, so Tata Motors have plant in Maharashtra, in Gujarat, or in Karnataka. Let's say. Okay, so they have implemented SAP in Maharashtra, and they don't have SAP in Gujarat and Karnataka. Okay, so they want SAP to be implemented in Gujarat and Karnataka as well, but they are already using SAP in Maharashtra plant. Okay, so this is called as SAP rollout project. We just have a base plant base in Maharashtra. So just like this plant, we are just creating new plant in Gujarat and in Karnataka. So everything is same, means configuration, customization, everything is same, but address will be different. Means in Maharashtra there will be different address, in Karnataka and Gujarat there will be different address and different employees to work on that production or in work on that industry. Uh, After rollout, upgradation, means we just discussed earlier. We are just upgrading our project from 5.0 to 6.0 or afterwards 6.0 to HANA. Just we are upgrading our system from old means we can say we are just updating our app like mobile. We are just updating our old app to the new or some if we are using WhatsApp, then WhatsApp sends us update for the particular period. So SAP comes up with these updates every year. So we just upgrade that system from old to new. That is called as SAP upgradation. So am I right about the SAP upgradation? I'm asking because you work on this upgradation project. So SAP projects phases. So SAP project phases means we are working on one client. Okay, let's say we are working for the Google. Okay, so we as a ZaranTech, we are working for the Google projects. Means we are vendor for the Google, and Google is our client. Okay, so after the discussion, we will get the project from the senior management. So as a SAP MM functional consultant, we work on the phases. Okay, so that is called as implementation project phases. So once we got the project, we will go for the project preparations. Means we just first know about the industry, what Google is working, what are their requirement, or what they want to be implemented in the SAP. So this is all about the project preparation. Means just prepare our projects. So after that, we just collect all the requirements from the client and note it down in one print. We can say this is as blueprint, business blueprint. Okay, so there are some, I will show you one business blueprint in next lecture. So you will get to know about this. Then realization means after understanding all the requirements from the client, so we just go in our SAP that we will see this all in practical. So we'll just create all the companies, plant, groups, and all customization. If there is any custom requirement which SAP cannot fulfill, that we will also do by using the technical ABAP concept that is called as a custom enhancement. Okay, that we will do in realization, and after this realization we will do the UT, means this is a one type of testing. UT means unit testing. Then afterwards SIT, which can be done by the functional consultants, means by us. So system integration testing means after the configuration, customization, we just test what we have done in SAP. It is means all the configuration is working fine or not. Is there any issue? If we introduce any error messages, then that error message is working or not. So everything is like that. Yeah, unit testing means we have three systems. Means suppose you are going to implement one project. Now you will have three systems: one development system, one test system, and in one production system. So whatever you can do now, you do in development system. Okay. Yeah. So in development system, after configuration, you just do UT. Means unit testing you do in development system. After this development, you just transport your request from development to test. Means just transfer your changes from development to test. How we are going to transfer, then that I will show you in the system. Test system SIT and UAT will be there. Means SIT we do as a SAP functional consultant, and after the successful SIT, system integration testing.
Okay.
Okay. So this is done by only functional consultant. Means
Yeah.
as you will do it in your implementation project. Okay. So after this SIT, we offer our SIT to the business. Means after completion of SIT, we can say that our configuration is working fine. Our all the customization are working fine, and we just develop product in our test system. Means just a parallel as like production. So there is no changes in the production. Just we configure our system in development. Just we have done with the UT. UT was successful. Then after successful UT, we just transfer our changes from development system to the test system. And in test system, we just go for thoroughly for the SIT testing. So after completion of testing, there will be another testing, that is a UAT, user acceptance testing. Okay, this testing can be done by business users, business supervisors. Means user acceptance testing means what? User acceptance testing. So whatever changes we have done in a test system, so after completion of the SIT, will offer these changes to the business users, and they will acknowledge these changes in terms of UAT, user acceptance testing. Means there is a document. I will show you SIT document. What is the UAT document? So I will show you everything after in between our lectures. So okay, for now we can consider SIT UAT is one type of document, testing documents, that SIT can be done by the functional users. UAT can be done by the super users from the client sides. Means client acknowledge that whatever you have done in test system is accepted to us, and we are signing off the documents. That is the user acceptance documents. In documents in SIT and UAT, there are few snapshot of the systems, custom messages as well. So that represent the system is working fine. There is any major concept in their snapshots, then they will also show that, yeah, that is a pass or fail. Okay. So they have some basic requirements as well, custom requirements. So we need to customize our system according to their requirements, means client requirement, and yes, we do in our system. So they will agree, and they will sign up our letters, documents in terms of UAT. Okay, so they will also create documents like SIT documents, that is called as UAT document. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Then we need to go again in development system, then do the changes, then do UAT, then transfer that changes from the development system to the test system, then again do the SIT, and then again offer to the business saying that your
Okay.
changes has been corrected, kindly check again. So after UAT means user acceptance testing, they just declare that the project is successful, the project is working fine in test system. Okay, so we just mutually agreed. Yes, means after their senior management approval, uh, they will go ahead with the documents. They will sign off all the documents in tool. Okay, and then we'll. This is the testing phase, no? SIT, UAT, UT, no? This is all the
Right.
testing phase. Yes. So after testing, we just decide at what time or at what day we need to implement this all the changes into the production system. Means there is a third system after development and after test, there is a one production system as well. So in production system, we just deploy the changes. Means we can say go live for that. Okay, so we decide go live date, means so that on that particular day we just deploy all the changes whatever we have done in the test system. We just deploy all the changes in the production system. Means from that day business will use that our SAP system, production system, and starts their business on our SAP. Okay, got it. So this is the project phases, all the phases. So after go live, there will be support project. So in before go live, there is I miss one phase, that is a training phase. So after the implement SIT UAT, we just create user manuals for the end users. Means just we have developed the system according to their requirement. This system can be used by end users, business end users. So for them, we just create training manuals how to use SAP system, whatever systems we have configured. We just take all the snapshot of that system and just create one manual. And in that manual, we just enter all the T codes, all the snapshots, all the theoretical and basic concepts, how user can use, and after this error, which screen will appear. So if any error comes, what you need to do, all this basic knowledge will be there in manual.
Okay.
So after this manual, just we uh, go for the go live, and after go live, business user starts using our SAP system. So once go live is done, okay, after that we just support their systems. Means there will be a 3 months, 4 months, or 6 month blind support. Means whatever business users are using the systems, they will get some errors, or they will not understand what is this T code, or what to do after these transactions. Okay, so they will just raise their concern to the support team. Okay. So some businesses, I just saw some businesses using ticketing tool. Okay. So just business users raise their tickets, their error, uh, and their error snapshot in that ticket, and ticket comes to the support team. So just we as a support team, just we will open that ticket, and then we'll see what is the error, and then we'll provide that resolution to the users, and that issue get resolved. So you also aware about the support projects. Some businesses are using a remedy as well, BMC remedy for ticketing tools. Okay, so we generally say incident. So user raised a request or user raised incident for that issue. We will also see that. So we don't have server access right now. So this is all about the SAP introduction. Okay. So we just we have gone through the all the PPTs, means the demo PPT and the agenda. So I'll just go through this PPTs and explain you some basic concept. Rollout means, suppose we have implemented SAP already. Okay. In that SAP, we have implemented MM as well. Okay. So in MM, there are plants and company codes. So as I have taken one example, no? Tata Group. Okay. So in Tata Groups, they have plants in 3 states. Okay. And in 3 states, they have implemented SAP MM module. And in MM module, they have implemented one plant in Maharashtra circle only. Okay. And they want that circle to be extended in next state. Okay. That is called as a rollout project. Means we have already plant working in Maharashtra. Same like that, we need to have a plant in other state, means Gujarat or Karnataka or maybe others. Okay. And in brownfield, we can say a system conversion, we can say. Means in human language, I can say, suppose we have a ERP implementation like SAP, okay, in our project. And there we have first implemented the greenfield. So brownfield means we have some basic parameters are there, means we have a platform about the SAP. Just we are introducing some other modules in that. In nowadays, we are just converting our ERP system to S4 HANA system. Okay. So basically, I will tell you one basic concept which can be asked in interview as well. What is the difference between greenfield implementation and brownfield implementation? So they will ask you about the greenfield implementation or brownfield implementation. Then tell me what is brownfield or a greenfield implementation or difference between both of these. Okay, so you just tell them that if suppose we have to we need to implement suppose fresh SAP software to the client, then that is called as a brownfield implementation. Means there is no platform. The client have a blank ideas. They just wanted to implement SAP in their industry, and they come to you about asking about the SAP implementation. Or just they require SAP to be implemented in their industry. Okay, so this is called as a greenfield implementations. Means there is a no platform, just from license purchase to the support, just they want SAP. So we just purchase license from SAP, just we go there, just install our softwares, then we gather their requirements. All this comes with in brownfield implementations, and in greenfield implementation, my bad. And in brownfield implementations, we have a SAP implemented, means we have implemented it already. Okay, so they just wanted to convert their system from ECC to HANA, or just they wanted to implement their system in such a way like that they are using FI MM, and they wanted to add their HR system, but on S4 HANA. Okay, so this is called as a brownfield implementations. So they have some ways for this. Okay, so coming to the PPT. So this is a random PPTs. So just don't go for as per our content. This is a random PPTs just for your information. So SAP standard procurement cycles means in SAP MM, we deals with the purchasing department mainly. Okay, so in purchasing department, we just purchasing means we just procure material from the vendor and we will pay for that material. So for prerequisite means if any product-based industry or in any industry, let's say example of Tata Motors. Okay, so they are producing vehicles. So for that vehicle, they require raw materials or they require some parts to manufacture that vehicle. Okay, so they have requirement that they want raw material for the sheet. Okay, so raw material, then they want engine for that vehicle. Okay, so apart from this, they want tire for their vehicle. Okay, so these are the requirements. Okay, so they will raise requirements in their internal departments. Okay, so these are means I require materials. So material should have one material number. Okay, and that material we will procure from the vendor. So we will have a vendor number as well. So in prerequisite means we have a requirement of tire, let's say tire, okay, and we will procure this tire from the MRF company. So MRF will have one vendor number that we will define that vendor in our vendor master, okay, and tire. Suppose we want to purchase material from the vendor for our vehicle. We have taken example for the tire for the vehicle. So we are procuring tire from the vendor, let's say MRF. So MRF will have one vendor number. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 for the vendor MRF, and 4, 5, 6 is for the material. So every material will have one material number, and every vendor will have one vendor number in our SAP. Okay, so we call, and against that number we just maintain record, and we as a SAP in SAP we just say about that number, that is like vendor master and material master. So in material master, we just maintain all the parameters like what is the material, what is the weight of that material, what is the unit of that material, or price of that material. All we are just maintaining in material master. And in vendor master, we just maintain all the vendor details like vendor name, vendor number, means vendor address, vendor bank accounts. Means after procuring, we need to give a payment to the vendor. So on that bank account, we will process that payment. So this is in short about the material master and vendor master. So after this, we just maintain info records. Means there is a one record we are just maintaining in our SAP MM, like where we just maintain material, vendor, and plant. Okay, so for this particular plant, for this particular vendor, and for this particular material, there will be a one price defined. That price we are just maintaining in our info records. This is in short. This is a purchase info record is one of chapter in our SAP MM. So we will explain all the or we will see all the basic details from practical to industry level records in this purchase info records. So after this purchase info records, we go for the purchase order, and in between this there is one PR as well, purchase requisitions. Means after gathering the requirement, we just maintain the records, and after these records, we just create the purchase orders. Then we in this see this snapshot only. I will
Sure.
explain all this procurement cycle in next training. Okay, next there is a one procurement cycle chapter. Okay, so after purchase order, there is a stock check. Means with respect to that purchase order, we are just procuring material from the vendor. Just we do good receipts. Means where vendor sends material to the company. We just receive this material with respect to the purchase order in our company, means in our plant, and then just do MIGO. MIGO is a one type of transactions. There is a moment type 101. So this is a basic of SAP MM. Okay, these are chapters. Means in purchase info record is chapter, PO is chapter, goods received. We will see all this theoretical and practical in our coming sessions. Okay, this is just for the demo purpose. So we don't have access today. So that's why I'm explaining all the slides in detail. So after good receipt, we have a invoice receipt. Means we just process the invoices against that material received. Okay, so after invoice, there will be a one payment processing process. Means we procured material with respect to purchase order. We just received material in this our plant with respect to this goods receipt, and we will process. After all this process, we will process the payment to the vendors. Means this is a P2P cycle, we can say, procure to pay. Okay, so from procurement from the vendor to the payment to the vendor, this is a one complete cycle. So there is one big chapter, subcontracting process. Means what is in this? We will send one raw material, means one type of sheet, to the vendor. Vendor will process on that sheet. Means vendor will receive some semi-finished products, and vendor will process that sheet into the finished product. Means suppose we have sent one sheet and they just received that sheet, and by using the machines, we can what we can say, there are some machines, pressing machines. There are some machines in markets which we are using for the pressings. Means we just they just produce the sheets in form of the shapes. Okay, means let's say one example, car. So car have one door, right? So door have a shape, right? Multiple cars have shapes. One door is having a L shape, suppose. Other one is suppose O. Let's say example. By using that press machine, we are just converting that sheet into the shapes. Okay. So we just send material, means raw material, in form of sheet to the vendors. Vendor receives that sheet. Sheet means that is a ED. So they will just receive that sheet. They just convert that sheet into the shapes and then send back to the company. Means vendor just do converting of that raw material into the finished product. Okay, this is called as a subcontracting process, and we will just process all these purchasing for record, purchase order for this, then good receipt for this, and then payment to the vendors. At the time of vendor payment, we will do one thing here, that earlier we have sent one raw material to the vendor. Suppose they have sent us to the to one shape, okay, one shape that cost just like say 100 rupees. Okay, so out of that 100 rupees, for the 50 rupees we have sent already to the vendor in terms of sheet. Okay, so sheet cost 50 rupees. So we have sent 50 rupees sheet to the vendor, and vendor has converts that sheet to the finished product. Okay, and they send back to, and they charge us for that converting process is 50 rupees. Okay, so there is some converging charges of vendor. So there is a 50 rupee charges. Okay, so total PO will be 100 rupees, 50 plus 50, but we will only um, release payment from our end to the vendor is only 50, because other 50 we have sent to the vendor, right? You are getting now this subcontracting process. I will explain this in one separate PPT. Okay, so this is a little bit hard concept, subcontracting. So I will explain all this in separate slides. So just for now, just try to understand. Okay. So in consignment means oh, consignment, what I can say. Okay, so we have a common company code. No, same vendor. One company, one vendor. Company sends material to the vendor. Vendor will convert that sheet into finished product and then send back to the company only. So in consignment, vendor sends material in advance to the company. Means suppose I have requirement of 100 tires. Okay, but I don't want to utilize that 100 tires in one go. Okay, so I want to utilize one tire one time, but due to some space constraint, vendor sends all the 100 tire to the company. So company have more space, right? So if I have a company, then I have a storage spaces. Okay, so what I will do is that I will ask vendor to send all the 100 tires in one go, and I will keep it as my storage locations. Okay, but at that time I will not do any payment processing for the vendor. On the invoice basis or on the PO basis, I will procure material and I will store that material in my company premises. So once I use, suppose we have 100 tires in our company premises. Okay, but ownership is with the vendor only, but it is in our premises. Okay, once I use that tire to my production, okay, means suppose I'm manufacturing one car and I require 4 tires. So I already have 4 tires in my company's premises, which was sent by the vendors. Okay, so once I use that 4 tires for them my production, then I will utilize this stock from that 100 to my productions. Means stock will be 96, and out of that 100 we have used 4, so final stock will be 96. So for that 4 tires only we will do payment to the vendor. The vendor don't have a space to store the material. That's why he's sending material to the company. I, as a company, I will procure that material and store in that my premises, but I will not process the payment because vendor don't have a space for that. This is basically for the consignment. If they don't have a space, or I don't want to take follow-up every time to the vendor for procuring the material, because suppose I am manufacturing one car, and let's say tomorrow I want to manufacture 2 cars. Okay, so I will require 8 tires totally. So vendor at that time, vendor will only send daily 4 tires on daily basis. No, if I want to manufacture 2 or 3 or 5 vehicles, in that cases, I already have a stock in my premises. Let's say I take example of Amazon. Okay, Amazon. Okay, so you are from vendor. Okay, Amazon is a one company. Okay, and I am from the customer side. Okay, so what you will do that you produce materials in your premises, means in your company. Okay, just you will produce and you will not store that material. Amazon, what Amazon will do, Amazon will procure all this material from you and store there in their warehouse only. I will place my order. Okay, so just I'll require pens.
Then Amazon will send it
Ah,
directly to you.
so Amazon, what Amazon will do, Amazon will process my order and they will send my pens to me via courier. Okay. So there are two payment processes. One is already paid or cash on delivery. Okay. Once I pay to the Amazon, then only Amazon pay to the you. So, but before that, ownership is you only, no? So after payment or after delivery, after delivered to the material to the customer, then only Amazon will pay to you. Before that, you will not get payment from Amazon. If suppose, let's say example, you sent a few hundred pens to the Amazon, and Amazon trying to sell that pens, okay, to the customers, but there is no customer which are interested, who was interested to buy your pen. Okay, then what Amazon will do that Amazon will return your pens to the you, means there is no payment, just a give and take. Okay, so I'll explain this consignment process theoretically and practically in our next session. So scheduling agreements. Okay, scheduling agreements means this is all about the purchasing. Okay, MM completely deals with the purchasing activity. Okay, so scheduling agreement means if we selected one vendor, means as a Tata group, we selected MRF as a vendor. Okay, so what we will do is we will do one agreement between Tata Motors and MRF. Okay, so after agreement, we'll just create a purchase requisition, which we will have, which have requirements like which materials we are procuring from the MRF and at what price and in which plant and where to deliver the address. We will all mention all the details in purchase requisitions. Okay, so this snapshot is little bit tricky. Okay, just I'll try to explain myself. Okay. So after the purchase requisition, we just go for the PO creation. Okay. So in PO creation, we just maintain scheduling lines. Lines means suppose I have created one purchase order for the vendor, and I don't want material in one go. Means I want 100 quantities from the MRF, means 100 trials from the MRF, which I explained in consignment process. Now I will keep 100 quantities in one go, but I don't want to make a payment to the vendor because vendor have issue about the space. I don't have any issue, but vendor have issue about the space. So in this scheduling agreement, vendor have space, they want material to be dispatched as per the company's requirement. Okay, so in scheduling agreement, what we will do is that in PO, we require 100 material. We just created one PO for the 100 quantity that I require 100 tires for this much price. For this price means one tire have a 2000 rupees price. So 2000 into 100. So total value will be something. Okay. So for this price, I will procure material from you. Okay. So I'll just create that PO in the system. Okay. So after creation of system, I'll maintain scheduling lines, means I will create one plan for the production means suppose I'm producing 10 vehicles. okay, on monthly basis. But I want to produce one material from for on one vehicle on 5th of the month. So okay, so let's say example of October. Okay, so October plan will be 5 October 2 vehicles, 10 October 2 vehicles, 15 October 3 vehicles. This is my production plan. So we
Okay.
are just procuring material for the production only, right? So production department will create a production plan, and will they will send you to procure these materials. Means we are just producing or manufacturing these vehicles on this date, and we require this material on this date only. Okay, so this is a one type of inventory management. Okay, so we'll just create scheduling lines that vendor will get notified about the production plan, and they will also get to know about the orders and quantities. Means I will create one scheduling line in my PO that saying that on 5th on this date I require this much quantity. So PO is one, there is only one PO, but in that PO there will be a drop down like scheduling lines, and in that scheduling lines we are just maintaining quantities and dates. Okay, so just I wanted this material for this quantity on this date. Okay, so vendor will send you four quantities on 5th October. Then on 6th, they will not send anything because they don't have a scheduling line for that day. So they will send only material on 10th of the October. Are you getting? So
Yes.
we'll receive material on 5th, and will issue that material to the production. Then production department will manufacture that vehicle by using that material on 5th. Then no, there is no production in 6, 7, 8, 9. Then at 10th October they will also try to manufacture, but we have to give material to the production. So for that we have already created scheduling line to the vendor. So vendor will also responsible for that. They will also send the material to the company, and will just issue that material to the productions. Means day wise procurement in scheduling agreement. So next is third party procurement. So third party procurement means what? Suppose we are just uh, manufacturing vehicles in our plant. Okay, and we are just procuring engine from XYZ vendor. Okay, so let's say example of Tata Motors. Tata Motors is manufacturing one truck, and for that truck they want engine, and the engine they are procuring from the vendor XYZ. But XYZ is manufacturing or producing the engine in their own company. Okay, and they in engine you know about the silencer, means exhaust, turbo we can say. Before that exhaust there is a turbo, and the turbo they don't manufacture that turbo. The turbo just as a Tata Motors, we are just creating or we are just manufacturing that turbo in our own house, but we
Mhm.
don't manufacture our engine, but we
Engine, right?
manufacture turbo. Okay, what we will do that we will give a turbo to that vendor. Vendor use that turbo, okay, and send complete engine to our company. Okay, so in here in turbo we are not just creating or manufacturing in our company. We are just giving one sales order to another vendor like ABC. Okay, so just we are paying for that vendor and asking them that this is a material, this is the turbo design, just manufacture this turbo design and send to the XYZ vendor who are manufacturing our engine. Okay,
Okay.
So that ABC vendor will send that turbo according to Tata Motors requirement to the vendor XYZ. XYZ vendor will create or will manufacture. So because of some practical now, so I have done practical in earlier lecture. That's why I am saying about the create and manufacturing. So sorry for that.
Okay.
So they manufacture engine by using that turbo, and then they send that engine to the Tata Motors. So there are three parties included in this process. Okay.
Am
ABC
I
is
right?
manufacturing or producing turbo according to our requirement. So
Okay.
there are two vendors, ABC and XYZ. Okay. So XYZ vendor is manufacturing engine. Okay. And ABC is manufacturing turbo only. Okay. So ABC is sending turbo to the XYZ. Then XYZ is using that turbo in their engine, and they send total engine to the Tata Motors. Are you
Mhm.
getting? So we are not giving any material to manufacture that turbo. He procure his own material here. He is using their own material. So ABC's vendor XYZ is one type of another vendor who is sending engine to us. So in this process, what we will do is we will process payment to the XYZ vendor. Okay, and we will ask that ABC vendor against the sales order that we will process payment for you as well, for the ABC vendor. Okay, but
Mm.
don't send material to the us against our payment. You just send that
Send it
material
to
to our
XYZ.
XYZ vendor. So
Yeah.
we'll just process one sales order and purchase order to that ABC vendor. ABC vendor will receive payments against this material, but they don't send material to us. They directly send material from their plant, that is ABC to XYZ, and XYZ will send material to us. So before proceeding payments to the XYZ vendor, we will minus that turbo price which ABC sent already earlier to the XYZ, because we have
Right.
already paid that turbo price to the ABC, and ABC has
Yes.
sent their turbo to the XYZ, right? So out of that total engine quantity, we will subtract or we will minus that turbo price. This is called as third party procurement and payment process. So this is the SAP concept where we create the sales order, purchase order, then supplier, then invoice, billing. Okay. So after deploying or after delivering the material to the XYZ, means here is one concept I missed out, that ABC will send the material to the XYZ, and they will send one invoice or billing document to the Tata Motors that I have sent material to your XYZ vendor according to a requirement. So by using that billing, we will process payment to the XYZ. That I will explain all these details in my separate PPT. Okay, this is
Okay.
not a complete PPT. Our SAP MM start with enterprise structure. So this is our officially first chapter, and as per curriculum, this is the second chapter. So I will explain enterprise structure here. So in enterprise structure, so enterprise structure is the structure that represent an enterprise in the SAP ERP system, means like organization. Okay, so it is subdivided into various organizational units, which for legal reasons or business related reasons or grouped together. And an enterprise structure defines various levels in an organization. Means I will explain these levels in next PPT, and these are levels are placed according to the some hierarchy. Okay, means when in every organization we have plant, we have company, we have storage locations. Okay, so these all levels are placed according to their functionality or hierarchy, we can say. So in enterprise structure define various organizational units that represent an enterprise. Means enterprise structure means industry structure or organizational structure or business structure, we can say. So in enterprise structure, there are organizational units, mean enterprise units, which represent that enterprise structure. May have finance or means related to legals or related to supply chain or related to the purchasing activities, we can say. Okay, so okay, so we will just ignore this slide. Okay, coming to the organization structure. So organization structure in enterprise structure. Okay, so these are organizational units, means client, company code, plant, storage location, purchasing organization, and purchasing groups. Okay, so this is the structure. Means on top of all these units, we have client. So in client, we have company codes. In company codes, we will have plants. Okay. In plant, we'll have storage location. And for these storage locations, we will have purchasing organizations. Means in this purchase organization will procure material for this company codes for these storage locations. Means I, as a purchasing organization, I will procure material in this company code in this plant, and I'll store that material in the storage locations. Means there is a specific locations where I stores the material which needs to be issued to the productions. No, no. I have a company now. Company means company code. Okay. So means suppose let's say I have one client created in SAP and I have two entities. Okay. So suppose Amazon. Let's say Amazon. So Amazon is a company name, and we'll have a one code, 4-digit code for that Amazon in our SAP system. Okay, and Amazon have plants in every states or in every district called as a plant, and in every plants there is a warehouses, right? So warehouse which we store material in the warehouses, that is called as storage locations. So I will explain all these details in next slide. So organization structure. Okay, so client is a commercial organization unit in R3 system or in ECC system. You can slash and say this is in ECC system, or client is a commercial organizational unit in SAP system. Okay, so this is a one type of organizational structure. This is like a unit. So client is a unit. So it has its own set of master data with independent table. So you can just ignore this sentence. I will explain in practical sessions. Okay. So what is the table and what is the master data and how we maintain that data at client level. So according to hierarchy, a client occupies the highest level in the SAP systems. Means we have this structure. Okay. So there is the highest position for this client. So we start our configuration from this client only. So that is why we are saying about the according to hierarchy, a client occupies the highest level in the SAP system. Okay. So data that is maintained at the client level is valid for all organizational levels. Okay. Means what? If suppose I have maintained some materials at client level. Okay. So all plants, all company codes can use that material because that material is maintained at client level. Right? Means there are hierarchy. Na? In that client, there is a company code. In that company code, plant. Okay. So I can use as a plant, I can use that material which is maintained at client level because I am pertaining from this company code, and this company code is pertaining from the client. Okay. So client level is valid for our organizational levels. Means these are organizational levels. So can just check this. Okay, next, in real-time SAP basis consultant creates new SAP clients other than existing clients. Okay, so I just forgot to tell you that we have one module as well, SAP basis, like SAP MM, SAP FI, HR. Okay, So what SAP basis consultant role is that? So after the project preparation, we just require to install the software in systems, right? We need to procure licenses from the SAP for this software. Okay, so all this responsibility can be handled by the SAP basis consultant. Means they will create this client in SAP system. So our role is from company code only. Okay, so client is managed by SAP basis consultant only. Okay, so this is just for our information. No one will ask question on this for this client uh, and in interview or in general at the project implementation as well. We just know about client only. So within that client, a company code is an independent accounting unit. Independent means, let's see, I have one client created for the Tata Group, and I have two company in Tata Motors, Tata Motors 1 and Tata Motors 2, let's say. Okay. So Tata Motors have plant storage locations 1, sorry, Tata Motors 1, and this is Tata Motors 2. So Tata Motors 2 will have plant storage locations, purchasing organization, and purchasing group. And also same like Tata Motors 2, Tata Motors 1 will have also plant storage location and purchasing organization and purchasing groups. So this is I just wanted to tell you. So within a client, company code is independent, means there is no direct relation of that company codes. Okay. So it is legal entity that has its own profit, loss, and balance statement. Means in this company code, this purchasing organization will procure for this company code. Okay, and for this purchasing organization, uh, this company code have the losses statements, and for this purchasing organization, this purchasing organization have a losses statement for this company codes. Means if company code 1 and company code 2 produces the material or manufactures this material, if they get some losses in their daily product business, then they will have their own set of uh, statements. So this is a part of the FI. Okay, so we don't need to focus so much on this. Okay, so profit and loss statement, balance statement, that I'll explain in short at the time of MM and FI integration. So for now only, just remember that if there is a loss or there is a profit, this company code 1 and 2 have their separate independent sheets. So plant. So this is a organizational unit within a company where activity takes place. If there is a plant, this plant must be created in company code only. Without company code, we don't create the plant. Okay. So if there is a plant, then company code is must for this plant. So when I will create this plant in system, that time I will explain this again. That let's see. This is the company code. Okay. So in company code, there are two plants here. I will have, suppose, one company code, and there is one client requirement that I need to have one company code and I want 10 plants. So we can create 10 plants as well. But we need to create that plant in this company code only. Okay. We cannot create one plant in this company code and one plant in this company code. There is no direct relationship between these company codes for these plants. For accountability, you need to create the company code, but just I am saying about this plants in this company code only. If plant 1 I have created in this company code, then there is no relation of this plant 1 to this company code. Is only responsible, or this plant is only responsible for this company code only. Plant will produce goods and make goods available for the company. Means plant we have created in the company, so plant will produce the goods. Means actually production will happen in this plant. Okay. Yeah. So generally people are saying that I have this car is producing on that plant. So this is the general statement. Okay. So it is a unit having manufacturing facility, warehouses, distribution center, or regional sales office within logistics. Okay. So in some other business scenarios, a plant can represent a manufacturing facility. Means suppose I have one company which is situated in uh, let's say in Mumbai, India. Okay, there is one corporate office in Mumbai, but I have production as well, which is situated in Karnataka, Bangalore. So corporate office is in Mumbai, but my production plant is in Bangalore. So in some other scenarios, a plant can represent a manufacturing. Means I I will create company code for the Mumbai corporate office, but I'll create plant for the Bangalore, right? Bangalore, this plant will be means this plant will represent the Bangalore. The plant can represent a manufacturing facility because I'm manufacturing some product in Bangalore, but my corporate office is in Mumbai. This is the meaning. No, there is a one direct control office that is called as a corporate. Means CEO or clients meeting will happen in corporate office in Mumbai. That is company code. But actual production, then there must be have sales office. So from there they will sell their production material, produce material. And for the manufacturing, they require some robots or some machines. Okay, for that machines they require maintenance, right? So maintenance office will be there only. So these all are so manufacturing facility, distribution center, maintenance office, all are included in these plants. Storage location is the subdivision of plants where the stocks are physically stored. Line itself represent the meaning. Okay. Storage location is the subdivision of plant where the stock are physically stored and maintained within a plant. And each storage location can have its own address within a plant. Means we have to store the material in one location. Okay, so just take example. I am manufacturing some product in my company. So I procure raw material or I procure semi-finished or finished material from the vendor. Okay, once I receive material from the vendor, I need to keep that material in one desired place. Okay, one specific place that is called as storage locations. Means I procure some tires from the MRF in Tata Motors and I keep that tires in a particularly storage location, and that has a one address. Okay, so in plant only. So here you can see in plant there are two, three, four multiple storage locations. Okay, suppose I have one plant, let's say plant one. Okay, so in plant one I'm manufacturing one vehicle. So for that vehicle I need tires, I need doors, I need engine, or I need chassis. Okay, so all these materials means semi-finish or material needs to be assembled. That materials I'll keep that material in the storage locations. Means in this storage location one I will keep chassis. In this storage location two I'll keep tires. So whatever materials are there, I will keep all this material in different storage location within a plant. So storage location is an organizational unit which actually differentiate between different material stocks in plants. Means one storage location have one material, other location other material. So this is the most important sentence. Storage location is a place where stock is kept physically. That's it. Okay. That's it. You just remember this sentence. That's it. Plant can consist of multiple storage locations. All data is stored at storage location level for a particular storage location. Means plant can consist of multiple storage locations. This I explained earlier. Suppose I have one plant, so I will have multiple storage locations as well, because for the manufacturer I need multiple components. right? Suppose
Yeah.
for manufacturing of vehicle, I required thousands of material components. Okay, so basically, I will create um, 10 or 20 or 50 storage location, and I will keep my material as per my the location or best locations, you can say. Okay, this is
Okay.
one part of the EWM, that is warehouse management. There is a one separate module, so we will focus on the storage location only. So we will create storage locations in plants, and we'll keep our material in the storage location. That's it. Because as a part of EWM, we will manage all the materials at storage location level, and there will be a huge concept. So we will not go for that. We'll just, as a MM functional consultant, we just limit it to the storage location within a plant. So this is the screen where we create the storage locations. I just forgot to show you the screen as well. So here I will show you this practically in next session.
Sure.
But just we will create the plant. There is a name of plant. Okay. There is a language, which city this plant is situated. Okay. So control code, so country code, tax code, everything will be there. Okay. This is the company code. First, we will create this company code. There is a company name as well. And this is the material management view. Okay, for company codes, we will not create this for now. We will create this at the time of purchasing order when we get the error. But for the information, I just pasted this snapshot
Oh,
here. So this is all about the organization structure. Just I will come to here. Okay. So enterprise structure. In enterprise structure, there is organization structure, and this is the organizational units, client to purchasing group. We just client, company code, plant, and storage locations.